Are you sitting pretty, kitty? Yeah, it's a pretty kitty. Aw.
Good morning, everybody. It is day 61 of the build. Robert and I are back in Vancouver. We took a 5-day hiatus from working on the bus just to kind of get used to be back in the city, take a little break because we were working so hard on it. But now we're ready to go again. We're presented with a couple of challenges working on the bus, living in the city. One is that the bus is not near us, so we have to do a little bit of prep and get our tools ready and schlep them in the car and get sorted that way. So we're gonna do that this morning. Hopefully today I can get the hot water heater installed and finish the plumbing for the most part. So we'll keep you posted. But here's to day 61 and phase 2. Coffee first, and a shout out to my little nephew Ethan and his little feet.
We're sitting here in Vancouver. It's a beautiful day.
The joys of living in a condo and dealing with this stuff. You have to schlep it all to the car and then take it to the bus. All right, loading up. Hi, little bus. It's been a few days. Goats. Hi. Hi, little goats. You guys are gonna watch us while we work on the bus all day? Look at the cute goat. Hi. Okay, I'm gonna open this up and see what the pieces are, what it consists of, and how I'm gonna fit it into the wall. So this thing runs on propane and 2 diesel batteries, and it actually comes with the batteries. Most things never do, so that's awesome. So this is where it's gonna go. I have to figure out the venting system to go through the back of the cabinet there and then out the side of the bus, and figure out how to secure it to the bottom part here, but it's getting there. Just redoing some of the electrical here. I need to have this actually run directly off the battery and not through the control chargers, so I need to use a couple of bus bars and move this switch. I also have to add a kill switch to the positive of the solar panel because you can't have the power come on after the solar panel is plugged in, or it screws up the control charger for some reason. So we're just working on building the windowsills, and then we got to frame up the interior of it all, and it's going to have this sort of wood like that as a little overhang. So I had to undo it all because I really wanted to separate the negative from the positive, and if I had these 2 bus bars that close together until I get a cap, it's a little bit of a, you know, a hazard in case they touch each other somehow with a screwdriver or whatever. So I'm moving this one up there, the negative, and then I'm gonna have the other bus bar right here somewhere. Okay, I've got this reorganized now, so I've got my negative up here and my positive down here. I'll still get covers for them, but they're far apart, so you're not gonna accidentally touch them with a screwdriver. I now have the power going directly to DC from the battery, and the charge controller is doing its thing. So this is the hot water heater. I have to figure out how I'm gonna close up this wall and make it look good, and if that needs to be behind a cabinet or something. There's a few problems I need to solve here, plus I don't have the finished cords for the hot to hot. So for now, it's install. I'll figure the rest out later. Oops, I jigsawed through the actual table. Cool story. Getting our fabric for bus stuff. Got some textiles for the bus, so we're gonna do some throw cushions and maybe a bedspread duvet cover. This is for the curtain, and this is the curtain backing as well as the backing for some of the upholstery on the couch. And this gorgeous cognac leather is for the couch. We have an entire hide of it in here. So I'm just working on the buttons for the tufted furniture. So I've got my die here, thanks to a friend who lent it to me. And I'm just cutting out the leather, and I have to skive it down a little bit, so working on that. Like I said, we're making the buttons for the upholstery, and these are what they are, so that we can do what's called a diamond tuft. Luckily, I have a bunch of leather working tools and hand presses and stuff that I can use for other projects that I've worked on. This is one of the reasons why we had to come back to Vancouver, so that we could finish this stuff here in town, because we don't have access to it at my mom's, because some of it is quite large equipment, like the big industrial sewing machine for leather. So this is how we make the button. So what I do is I'm actually overlapping my leather here, like so, and then I actually have this cutting tool and it goes in here like this. And it allows me to cut multiple circles at once, like so. So this leather is a little bit thick for these buttons. It does work, but it might be a problem for the strength. So what I'm doing is skiving the edge. So I have a little hand skiver here, and I'm just shaving the leather down all the way around the outer perimeter of these circles. And that's just thinning it up a little bit, debulking it, I guess, so that it fits into the button a little bit better. And you get that, so the outer circle is still good, and you just kind of pull off these scraps. So this is the top of the die for making these buttons. It's a number 30 heavy duty, and you basically put your ring in there of fabric, and then the top part of the button sits in the middle here, and you shove it in with a dowel. And you can see how debulking it allows it to go in a lot easier. And then the bottom part of the die, you put the back side of the button in here, and then you just throw this all together. Put a good amount of pressure on this, and there you go. Upholstery button. I'm also making two styles. These ones are like a nail style, because for some of the tufts I'm actually nailing it into wood versus tufting it to a backing. Okay, it's the next day. It took a while, but I made them all. So I've got 120 of these guys. They look great. And then I also did 30 of these, and they're kind of a nail style. But yeah, good to go. So now I'm just waiting for the batting, and I can start doing the upholstery. Good morning, everybody. I'm gonna say it is day 63. There was a couple setbacks. One, I was walking with the table, and I fell into a hole and landed in dog shit and sprained my ankle. Came home and iced it, and turned out I was sitting in cat piss on the couch. So that was a good day. One of those days where you just kind of have to laugh and look at the gods and go, what the hell? Anyways, we're sort of getting back on track. A lot of the work we're doing now is going to be at home with respect to upholstery, and we also got all of our textiles for the drapes. So going to be doing that for the next few days, and then getting back to the bus and doing some more installation of stuff. So here we go.
Okay. You have a new surrounding. You have all the new things to look at. You like that? Yeah. There's birds and bees and hummingbirds and lots of fruit flies.
We're just making the loops that'll go around the rod for the top of the curtain. They'll all be like this.
Thank you.
You pin, you pin, you pin. All right, they're gonna be something like this. We're not entirely sure if these will be final. We have to kind of put them in there and see what they look like. They're a little bit dense. No, we kind of want them to look like that. I just wish that they would ripple a little bit more. The fabric might be a bit too stiff, or I need to put more in there. Anyways, that's all for today. I forgot to point out, obviously, that we made the backs out of a black, so that from the windows, it's just kind of more incognito. Yeah, anyways, until tomorrow.